So I was raised in the church, accepted Christ when I was 5 years old at a Billy Graham conference at Panther Stadium. But God really became real to me about 10 years later. When I was 15, I was living the American dream. Life was good. And then everything changed. I found out that my dad was having multiple affairs, that he was embezzling from his company, and we went from having it all materially down to having nothing. And that's when I was stripped of all the things that I found comfort in. And then my family was in a place where we needed God. It wasn't just a God, we want you, but it was a God, we need you. And I think these were the moments where I learned what it meant to put my faith in Christ. I remember what I was coming home to after school. We were living in a hotel for 2 to 3 days, and we got to the point where we were out of money, and we needed God. And that was the point where I told God, I need you to be real in my life. I need you to help me lead this family. I was the man of the house now, and at 15, that wasn't an easy thing. And he really came through. We saw miracle after miracle, where the money did come through for things like housing and food and even Christmas presents that year. And from then on, it's been easy to trust God with the small things because He provided for us with the big things. God's got this story, and that story is the gospel, that He created man in His image, and man was in perfect relationship with God, and then man separated himself from God by sinning. But God, loving His people so much, He came down in the form of man to take away sins. And now that's where we're at as sinful people. Once we accept Christ, that enters us right into the same story, right into God's story. So don't be afraid to tell what God's done in your life. Don't be afraid to share Christ. Invite other people into this, because this story isn't about you, it's about Christ. And He's chosen to use you, and He wants to use you. And as God's done incredible things in your life, why hold that in? Because if the God of the universe is on your side, who can be against you? What is it that's holding you back? What are you fearing? If God is who He is, don't you think it's important to tell your story? Don't you think it's worth telling your story? My name's Anthony, and I've joined the story.